Welcome to another episode of Closet Factory's Operation Reorganization.
Summer is heating up, and so are the projects we're working on.
That's right. We've got some amazing installs to show off across the water. First, we'll travel to Hampton to see what Melissa designed for her client's primary closet.
Then we'll meet with Marquee Homes, a custom home builder who are putting the final touches on a new community in York County, and see what Closet Factory was able to do to help make this new home truly unique.
All that and more on Closet Factory's Operation Reorganization.
Hi, my name is Cindy Mariah. I'm originally from Guyana, South America. My family and I immigrated to America in 2002. First, when we moved here, we lived in New York. A family member of ours at the time was living in Virginia and suggested that we moved here to Virginia because cost of living was better, to raise a family it was better. So my family and I, we moved here. I joined the Army back in 2018. And my husband and I, at the time, we were stationed in Tennessee. And once my contract ended, we relocated back to Virginia. We lucked out and found this beautiful home, which we absolutely love. We've been making some renovations. I remember when we first moved in here, my husband said, "We're gonna redo your closet." And I was like, okay, I don't know what that looks like, but okay. And after being here for 2 years and getting situated and comfortable, one day my husband said, "I think it's time that we look into upgrading your space and let's make this space the way you want it." I did some research and Closet Factory came up. The reviews were great. I immediately put in a consult, and someone in the office reached out to me and told me that they were gonna be setting me up with a designer, Melissa. She was absolutely great. She came out here, listened to me, well, at the time I wasn't sure what I wanted, but I told her, I said, "I don't know what you can do with this space because I don't see the vision, but I said, I do want some shelving. I want to display my purses, my jewelry. I want some drawers." I think she definitely delivered on that.
Hi, I'm Melissa Phillips, designer with Closet Factory, and I'm back. I haven't seen you guys since the Christmas episode. I am in the home of my client, Cindy, in Hampton, Virginia, and when I first met Cindy, I thought she was just so nice, such a wonderful lady, and I could tell right away she has great style. Her home is beautiful, but as is in most cases, her closet did not reflect the style of the rest of her home. So I was more than happy to help her out with that. During the design process, I did notice that there was an obstruction that we had to work with. There was a water access panel to the right of the door of the closet, but we really still wanted to utilize that space and that wall, so I was able to give her hanging. Definitely hanging instead of shelving is better because then all you have to do really is move the clothing out of the way so that you can still access that panel.
She did sit down at the table and had her laptop, and she went through everything, her designs, and pretty much showed me what it would look like. So that was a very interesting process. Install day came, and Doug showed up. At first I thought it was gonna be maybe 2 to 3 people because I didn't know what to expect the process was. We did have the room cleaned out, the racks removed and patched and painted. So he was very impressed to see that he had this blank canvas to work with. It was very nice. I waited patiently for him to finish. And then when he was done, he called my husband and I upstairs, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't envision it at the time, but when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is very impressive. I think the hardest part for me was to try to figure out where I was gonna put all my stuff, because I had so many things. My favorite part is the roll-out drawers that I can put my sunglasses and my watches. And then I found this beautiful flower arrangement that I think just makes it pop, that gives it that boutique, very elegant look. I love the fact that I can display my purses, and I can display one of my army beret. So that's plus. Pretty much all my shoes. I think my favorite shoes in my closet are my Crocs because they're the most comfortable.
I loved being able to give her slanted shoe shelving as opposed to regular flat shoe shelving. I felt like that really elevated the look of the space. One of the accessory items that we added was a belt rack. Cindy had quite a few of those in her current closet, and they're just a great accessory to have because you just can pull them out and then hide them with the rest of your clothing, and they look great. Cindy was absolutely a doll to work with. She's so nice and warm and friendly, and through this process we actually discovered that we have some things in common. We actually saw each other, ran into each other at a party for a mutual friend recently, so that was really funny, and shows you what a small world this is. So seeing as how this was Cindy's first experience with Closet Factory, I can't wait to see what she comes up with for me to come take a look at next. I really just can't wait to work with her again.
I would definitely say my experience was wonderful. I remember showing a lot of my family members this space, and they couldn't believe it. First of all, they wanted to see before pictures because they couldn't understand how did this space transform into something so beautiful. I would definitely use Closet Factory again in the future, absolutely.
Helping our customers maximize their storage spaces is what we do best. But sometimes we get a blank canvas to work with and a brand new custom-built home. Let's head out to York County to see what Jeff came up with for Marquee Homes' newest project.
I'm Brian McClellan, Vice President of Marquee Homes. We're a custom home builder and remodeler here in Hampton Roads, focused primarily on the Peninsula, Williamsburg areas. Our company's been around since 1984, founded by my father, Roger McClellan. I'm a third generation contractor here in Hampton Roads. My grandfather was a builder, got my dad started, and I'm also the current president of the Coastal Virginia Building Industry Association. The association now, as it is, was created as a merger between the Tidewater Builders Association and the Peninsula Home Builders Association. We make up about 400 member companies of builders and associates. Pretty much anything that has to do with the development and construction industry as a whole. My dad was a past president of the Peninsula Housing and Builders Association, and Jeff Bruzesi and I met when our two associations merged, and Jeff was the president of the Coastal Virginia Building Industry Association. One of the greatest things, in my opinion, about the association, other than the advocacy, is the networking. Getting to know Jeff through serving on the board and different member events is what led to our relationship and our working relationship, as well as it relates to us using his product. So we're here today in the neighborhood of Smith Farms in York County. This is our new model, the Jennifer Lynn. This is actually our third model that we've had in this neighborhood. This neighborhood here in York County is pretty unique. We haven't had many developments and subdivisions that are purely custom-built homes. This model in particular has a lot of bells and whistles. We've got 2 master bedrooms, 1 master up and 1 master down. We've seen a lot of demand for the multi-generational families. One of the cool things about being a custom home builder and doing the things that we do is that Every single project is unique. Working with clients to build to their specific needs and wants is something that is, it's fun. We really get to know our clients and the way that they live. We've always been passionate about having sturdy closets and storage and organization. So that was even before I met Jeff and started a relationship with the Closet Factory. I went to a member mingle for the Coastal Virginia Building Industry Association over at Closet Factory, and as soon as I left, I called my dad and said, you got to come see some of these products and different things that the Closet Factory does, and I think that we can really implement those into our homes. It's funny because 10-foot ceilings in houses, we've been doing the high rod and shelf, and people walk into the closet and say, how are you going to get to that? But in our minds, it's for off-season storage of clothing. Jeff came in and showed us a different way of utilizing that space to make it more accessible so you don't have to stand on a ladder once a year to move all your clothes around. So the closet in our downstairs master here is a more unique space because it has the door to the bathroom, but it also has a door that leads to a second laundry room down. So with those two openings in mind, we knew that we needed to figure out a good way to utilize the most amount of space in that room. And that's what Closet Factory and Jeff's team came in and did. They came up with a plan that was a really good way for us to utilize the unique space.
So this closet had some particular challenges built in. There are two doorways in the closet, which usually there's only one. There's also an obstruction on the back wall, which lent itself to some more challenges. There was also a vent that was in the floor that we had to accommodate in our trim so that that vent would still be useful. Roger also wanted to utilize the full height of the closet. So it's a 9-foot space, and we went to the ceiling. And one of the things that we did to work around the height was we put what we call wardrobe lifts in there. And those are pull down lifts that allow the client to be able to hang clothes, but also to be able to pull them down and have access to them. So it wasn't a situation where you would hang clothes there that you would maybe not use a specific time of year, but you could have access to those clothes year round. So that was a great compromise for the space. Since it's a small space with those challenges in there, we really wanted to utilize every inch of that space and make it accessible for the client. And we were able to do that, and Roger was tickled to death with that.
One of the things that really impressed me about the Closet Factory's installation process in dealing with the new home, when Jeff and his team came out to measure it and do the design, the house was still in framing. So we didn't have any drywall up, there was no light switches, no air conditioning vents, no trim. And once you get those pieces in, it changes your configuration. So Jeff's installer came out, and I think we had a light switch that was in the way. We had a trim, some casing that was in the way, and we also had a vent that was in the way. And I think in 5 minutes of talking with him, he was able to overcome all three of those items, come up with the solution for it, and perform a flawless installation that took place. I think he knocked it out in probably a day and a half, even with all those other variables that he had to consider.
This is the first time that I've been back out since the closet's been installed. So it's always very satisfying for me to come and see a product that's installed like this, and the builder who's really happy with the finished product. And that's always our goal, is to make sure that our product is 110% and meets their standards. And these guys have high standards. So, for them to say, hey, we love it, that's a thumbs up for us.
What I also really like about the closet and the system that Closet Factory installed is, one, the drawers in there kind of alleviates some of the need for a dresser and the clutter in the bedroom. Again, the way everybody knows the way that they live and their way is unique. And for me in particular, my wife and I, we sleep in our master bedroom. So having a big master bedroom isn't a big priority for us. We'd rather have a bigger closet. But with that space in mind, having multiple dressers, places to store your socks and t-shirts, everything else in your master bedroom can sometimes cramp things up a little bit. So having the drawers and the storage in there is a nice feature. And also the deep shelves on the top that are behind doors. I know everybody's got that box of stuff that's up on the top shelf of their closet that it'd be nice to just tuck away behind those doors, and having the deep shelf up there allows for a ton of storage and organization.
We love the opportunity to come in to a custom home builder who wants something unique and is trying to design spaces around the needs of their clients. Wow, this thing turned out great, Brian. Appreciate the opportunity to work with you guys.
That's awesome. This design turned out great, and you did a fantastic job on this install.
Cody's really good. He's trim carpenter by trade, but yeah, he always does a good job. It's a shame your dad can't be out here today to join us.
No, he wanted to be here. He was very impressed and excited about this closet.
You know, we tried to come up with a design here. Of course, you know, you've got the 9-foot ceilings and you've kind of got a small space. So we wanted to get as much vertical storage in here as we possibly could. And, you know, Roger wanted to put a ladder up here, rolling ladder. And I finally convinced him that there really wasn't enough room to do that. So we compromised and we came up with these wardrobe lifts, which are great because the client can hang their clothes on these. And of course, they're accessible, and then they just let it roll back up. And so that's a great feature. We have 3 sections there with the wardrobe lifts, which make those accessible year round. And then of course, the other rods, and of course these are all adjustable. You know, if the client wants to add shelving or move these rods up or down, these all, of course, adjust and can be adapted to whatever the client's needs. So Roger, you know, he was on the right track with the ladder, but I think we came up with a little bit better solution.
These lifts are awesome.
Yeah.
And he has as soon as I walked into your showroom and saw some of the stuff and saw the ladder over there, I knew that you guys were going to have some different ideas that we hadn't even thought of yet.
You know, there were some challenges here, of course, this obstruction that we had to work around, the 2 doors in the closet, the vent down here, but we still came up, I think, with a fantastic plan. I love the drawers, you know, the his and her drawer bank. That's always a nice thing because it allows the homeowner to get dressed in the closet. Of course, we have the doors up here, you know, we'll cover, I don't know, pocketbooks or whatever the ladies want to put up here. And, you know, a lot of guys have hat collections and folded items, that kind of stuff. And then we have a shelving unit over here and another one behind the door. The 2 doors were a little bit of a challenge, and that took away some of the space that we could have used for shelving or hanging, but I think overall, I think it turned out. And another double hang section over here, which can be converted to, like I said, a long or medium hang or more shelving, whatever the client needs. So when your realtor meets with the clients and said, hey, you know, I like this, but I'd like to do something different, we can adapt it to whatever their needs are.
No, we love it. We're big on the labels too. So since this will be our model home, we'll go through and label kind of all the little bits and pieces that most people walk through and don't realize what they are.
Right.
So we will definitely be having a label on the hanging wardrobe.
Well, there's so much in this house. There's so much wow factor in here already with everything that you guys have added in. You know, I mean, it's the amenities in here are fantastic. And, you know, this is just one more thing for them to be kind of in awe about, but there's so much already that they're going to be impressed with that the closet is just, you know, that little bit extra And I appreciate the fact that y'all are going to take that time and point those things out, because you know, storage is becoming more and more important to people, and they want, you know, they want customization in their homes.
Oh yeah, and especially in the design process, that is what storage. I mean,
Well, I can't thank you enough for the opportunity. You know, I've enjoyed working with you at Coastal Virginia Builders, being on your team now that you're president. You were on my team when I was president, and of course, you know, everything the association does to work on the behalf of affordable housing, which, you know, benefits all of us.
it does, and I truly look forward to working with you in the future and having another resource to send our clients to for just another added wow factor in their homes.
Well, thanks. We appreciate it. Thanks, Brian.
As a custom home builder, when you work with Marquee Homes, you're literally picking out every single fit and finish. We meet our clients on site to go through with our trim carpenters where they want their shelves, how they want their pantries designed. We're always trying to find new and unique ways to make our clients happy, because we truly believe that your home should be a reflection of the way you live. So meeting and working with Closet Factory and their designers has just given us another really great opportunity to showcase our talents as well as theirs.
That'll do it for another episode of Closet Factory's Operation Reorganization.
We hope you enjoyed seeing what we can do for both our clients and our business partners. Whether it be a closet you realize could use a makeover or a blank canvas that we get to design a masterpiece on, we are here to make your vision a reality. Give us a call and see what we can do for you.
See you next time.